The last tidbits that we want to go ahead and cover, we'll spend the next 10 minutes covering, is Pokemon. Nintendo Direct dedicated to Pokemon. That happened June 6, 2017. It was a short Direct. It was only around like 12 minutes long, I think 10 minutes long. And they announced quite a few things, but a lot of people walked away from the Direct audibly upset and disappointed, okay? A lot of people were expecting that Nintendo was going to go out of their way and they were going to announce a mainline Pokemon title for the Switch, for a home console. They were expecting that people were going to go out of their way and that Nintendo was going to announce Pokemon Stars, which has been in the rumor mill for over a year now, all right? I will say this before I completely open up the floor on this topic. You know, with a lot of angst and disappointment when it comes to Pokemon Stars goes, guess what? That information about Pokemon Stars has only existed by the people who've been leaking out information from Nintendo. Granted, those people, some of the things have been verified and come to pass, all right? But, you know, those people were so fucking confident that Pokemon Stars was going to be announced that one of them went out of their way and said, I will bet money that Pokemon Stars gets announced tonight on the Nintendo Direct. Guess what? Didn't happen, okay? What did happen was that Pokken Tournament DX is coming to the Switch. There's going to be a re-release of Pokemon Sun and Moon called Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. That's going to be coming out, I believe, to the 3DS. And then Pokemon Gold and Silver are going to be showing up on Virtual Console probably sometime next year when they have it fully released for the Switch. And that's pretty much what everybody got in that 12 minutes. Okay? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Why were people disappointed?
Yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, that was the thing. You know, all of the hype as far as Pokemon Stars goes, none of that came from Nintendo. It wasn't like they had Nintendo developers dropping like cheeky little hints of like the fucking star marshmallows from Lucky Charms or shit like that.
Well,
or anything like that.
Wait. Let
Go
me
ahead.
pause you here. Actually, there has been several commercials going on in Japan about Pokemon Stars. I'm just saying. They got Pokemon shows over there, and yes, not over here in America, no, but over in Japan, they got commercials that are showing Pokemon Stars, and Nintendo has been dropping hints about Pokemon Stars. And that's one thing that I had to correct you on. I guarantee you those commercials are on air in Japan for certain reasons why I'm confident in that.
Yeah, but the thing is that if it's already on a commercial, that means it's already been officially announced, but nothing has been officially announced, though.
No, not necessarily. The way they do things over in Japan with their commercials and stuff, totally, you're thinking American-style commercials.
Somebody would have found a Japanese trademark for it.
I'm just saying,
somebody would have found a copyright filed for it.
It's going on, believe me. Believe me.
I'm just saying, all right?
So, I don't mean to cut theme off, though, but the Pokemon machine keeps going. And what's interesting is that, I think, is that a lot of times, since Pokemon, the first Pokemon, it's always been in pairs. So, what that should be a hint, too, that a lot of these rumors are just that rumor.
Yeah, except for Stadium and Tournament.
Correct. But this is a mainline Pokemon. So, Stars and Galaxies? Whatever. I'm just saying. But it's always been a pair of black, white, red, green.
Pokemon Supernova and Black Hole?
Well, whatever. X, Y. But I'm just saying, that's the way Ruby Red, that's just what I'm saying.
That'll be something that'll come to pass. Supernova and Black Hole.
No, I think it's probably going to be, but anyway.
So they're the opposites, right?
So the thing is that, some of these commercials.
Quit fucking around, Pokemon Company. Just call one Pokemon Penis, Pokemon Vagina, alright? We all know what you're talking about. Shit.
Yeah, because
quit fucking around.
Because people get fucked out of their cash every time some Pokemon comes out.
Pretty much.
Throwing their wallets at Pokemon.
What's interesting is that there's a daily show that comes on Japanese TV. and there's several things that the people on the show are talking about the Pokemon Stars, and I think Nintendo on the Japanese side did a tweet about it or something about the Pokemon Stars. Well, I mean that could be the code name. You know, we don't know.
Or they could just be referring to the people who are on the fucking variety show. I mean, really, you know.
That's what it is. It's a kids' variety show.
See, that's the thing about it, too. I mean, since the Direct has already happened, do you think that Nintendo is going to do something with its announcements?
Probably.
3.
Probably.
Since the Direct already happened.
It's possible, because the thing is that they're going to have their Treehouse presentation. They always do, all right? And they've got something queued up that they're going to go ahead and they're going to have for everybody. That's going to run about an hour, okay?
Or they said 30 minutes this time. It's short.
Or just a Pokemon-themed Switch.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said before, you know, in a previous video, is that I think depending on how Nintendo addresses the 3DS, we're really going to get a big indication on whether or not they're going to be supporting it for much longer. Okay. The problem with going out of your way and sitting there and saying, "Oh yeah, we have a mainline title, Pokemon title for the Switch," is the fact that guess what? The 2DS XL, it doesn't hit until the end of July. Okay. So if they still want people to go ahead and go out of their way to buy the remaining 3DS XLs and also the 2DS XLs, you don't want to sit there and put your best-selling fucking franchise on your Switch, because guess what? Everybody, or not everybody, but a huge portion of people are just going to sit there, hold up, wait until they get a hold of the Switch, and they're going to hey, look, I have a more capable portable right here to go ahead and play the game that I want. Okay.
So you think that they're just going to totally ignore the Switch with this? You're thinking that they're going to have it?
No,
I don't. I think what's up is that I think they're going to hold off for a little bit.
No, that's what I mean. Not totally say no Pokemon Switch. I'm talking about, you know, do it for the 2D, the 2DS XL and for
the 3DS. Yeah.
I don't think this Pokemon is going to be on a portable. I think this one's probably going to be. It's going to be a Switch game, and it's probably going to be Pokemon.
That is a portable.
It's going to be like Pokemon
Just don't
Stadium.
have voice chat with it.
It's going to be Pokemon Stadium.
Just don't have.
They did announce
chat with it.
They did announce
Pokemon Stadium type of game. That's why they call it Stars.
Well, as far as it goes, they did announce during the Direct that they have Pokken Tournament DX coming out to the Switch, which is going to be an upgraded version of Pokken Tournament with all of the DLC that was released out on the Switch. Okay, that's going to be available readily for everybody to go ahead and play. On the Wii U that they released previously on the Wii U. Then that's going to be all available for the folks who have the Switch.
And
the cool thing is,
they're thinking that they're releasing things from the Wii U to the Switch. Is that kind of bothersome to you guys?
Not one bit.
Not at this moment in time, for the fact that guess what? For a lot of people, they're like, oh, they're just keeping out, which they are. Okay, I'm not gonna sit there and.
The PS3 and come on.
Yeah, but my point is that
who's doing that shit?
The Switch only sold 13 million fucking units worldwide. Okay.
Only.
Well, only sold. That's 13 million worldwide. All right. Yeah, and the thing is that I think they barely broke. I don't even know if they broke 1 million physical copies of Pokken Tournament sold. Mm-hmm. So if we're looking at the turnaround or the adoption rate of the Switch, there are going to be a lot more Switch owners than there are going to be Wii U owners. All right, especially at the rate that we're going.
Agreed.
So as far as it goes, having things like another Splatoon, another Mario Kart. They're going to see those particular titles that were big on the Wii U or successful on the Wii U. They're going to be able to enjoy a lot more success on the Switch. Because the truth of the matter is that, hey, look, I've known Pokken Tournament has been around for a long time, but I never picked it up. I don't have a Switch, or I don't have a Wii U, so, and a lot of people out there, in comparison to the 60 million PS4 units that have been sold worldwide, a lot of people don't have Wii U's. So if we're going on the same thing here, for Pokken Tournament, at least Namco can sit there and go ahead and they can repackage everything, report everything out, and they have a better chance of making enough money to go ahead and say, hey, look, this was definitely worthwhile for us. If we want to go ahead and do another crossover, another project with Nintendo on some other project, then it's something that's viable to them, which I think for gamers in general is a good thing, All right. Yeah.
That's a completely another topic that we can cover later about, because I understand where your question's coming from, because I've been reading a couple of headlines about that. There are a little bit of pushback on why Wii U games are suddenly appearing on the Switch.
Actually, that was just for the top of my head, because as soon as the Reverend started saying that, that's what I was starting to notice.
People are starting to notice that. And that's a complete.
But my point is, how are they complaining about that when the PS3 to the PS4 is doing the same shit?
Yeah. And guess what? On the PS3, those games sold a lot more fucking copies. So, I mean, it's something that we're going to have to talk about a little bit later. We don't have the time in this particular video left to go ahead and cover it. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up all of the random stuff that came down the pike as far as gaming news and the little details that we want to wrap up. Because guess what? We all know that you're going to be wrapped up in trying to pay attention to everything that's coming out of E3. And we don't blame you, because we're going to try to go ahead and address that too. And we're going to be right there with you. All right. But as far as these particular details go, the Bubsy being re-released and Accolade saying, hey, we got a whole bunch of old games that you want. Mega Man Legacy Collection number 2. And also the Pokemon Direct. If you guys have seen this, we want to know what you think about it. Tell us what you think about it. Tell us what you think about our views on this by leaving a comment below. While you're at it, hit like, hit subscribe, okay? Especially if you like what we're doing here, we would love for you to go ahead and stick around. So clicking on subscribe would really help us out, all right? With that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up all of the video game news tidbits in this particular video right here. I'm the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And I'm Grey Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming, why is Bubsy returning? Credits.
On top of that, like Hardball, Slave Zero, Deadlock, really? Fucking Accolade, really?
Well,